You know what they say. Keep it balanced. Keep it cute. But baby, my balance, it comes from above. So step light. Hold your head high. We gon' praise and still look fly. Weighing every season, heart on one side, truth on the other. Grace in my walk, glory in my cover. Step to the left, I'm aligned. Peace in my heart, made of mine. Wrist shining, Bible in my bag. Gold on my neck, Savior in my swag. Born with the scales in my head. Still I lay it all in His plan. Measured by mercy, not fame. He called my star by my name. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Hands up high, heels on beat. Praise in the club, praise in the street. Halo over this laid out lace. A little gloss, whole lot of grace. They see the charm, but He sees the core. He opened doors I ain't asking for. So I two-step, testify, slide every turn. He by my side, I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride. Whoa, left, right, spinning, back, stay true. If you love the Lord, let Him shine. Hey, heart in the clouds, feet on the floor. We give Him the praise, then we give Him some more. I'm a Libra in the light, standing tall in my faith. Pretty smile, holy style. I got heaven on my face. When I move, when I glide, it's the grace in my stride. Balanced by the blood, that's my scales and my pride. That's my scales and my pride.
Yes. Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast, or the horses are beautiful and women are fast. It just depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy Kinseyada, happy Bar Mitzvah, and happy anniversary to Lottie Dottie and every darn body under the sound of my voice. And you know I'm the Oprah of the what? The smooches. So you get a smooch, everybody gets a dang blasted smooch, okay? We're not going to be here long today, but we will be strong. Hey, amazing, Lovecraft. I'm actually doing well today. How about you, love? Also, let's just get into things. Okay, so I had looked at this thumbnail, but I didn't click on the story. So someone, one of my butterfly adjacents, actually sent me the live and was like, you may want to take a look at this. So I actually did. And this is leading into depression talk and everything, how to heal from it, how to diagnose it a little bit, and things of that nature, okay? And how people suffer in silence, mostly men. There's a lot of men who are depressed. I have dealt with depression, and because they are men, they find it hard to admit. Okay, so I want to play this real quick. Not all of it, but the live is in my chat, And the link to it is in my chat, so that way if you want to be a part of it, go look at the whole thing, you can. I'm only going to play a little bit of it. Shout out to the person who did this. Okay, now some of us who have grown kids experience some things like this. I realize, being a mother of grown children, that once they move out of the home and get a taste of their own life and create their own life, they sometimes do forget about their parents. Okay, they just really do. They life be so busy, and all the things are the things, and everything, and they forget about you. And a lot of times, especially when you have been a close knit family, when you've been close to your children, they were close to you, even in the teenage stage. When they grow up and get their own life, and it seems like they forget about you, it does make you depressed. You be trying to call them and get a conversation with them, and they be too busy to talk. They got things going on and all this is stuff. How do you deal with that? So let's listen to this a little bit. Okay, let's go.
And I tell them, the loudest sound in the world is silence. It's the sound of this phone right here when it hasn't rung in 3 months. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about.
I know some of y'all like, what? Some kids don't call their parents, don't visit their parents in 3 months. What? It's some people's life, y'all. Real talk. It is. Okay. Let's go real quick.
See, I got 3 babies, grown now. I changed their diapers. I paid for that fancy college. I sat in the stands, freezing my hands off, cheering for them. I gave them my back. I gave them my knees. Lord knows I gave them every dime I had. And now I'm 82 years old. And I'm lucky. I mean, I am lucky if I get a text message on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, Dad. That's it. That's uh, that's what I got to show for a lifetime of love. Now you sitting there watching this, and I know you feel it too. You sitting in a quiet house.
A lot of people, y'all, especially older people, uh, a lot of them wither away waiting on a call from said kids. Okay. All they need is a phone call, and that would change their whole life and everything. I was taught a lesson about children, and I'm going to tell y'all that lesson in a minute. Hopefully, I don't forget. Okay. I'm going to tell y'all that lesson in a minute. What's up, Catherine? Let's go. Okay. Let me fast forward just one little bit. There we go.
Checking in on you. Call Daddy back. And you wait. And you wait. And nothing.
You wait for that call, nothing happens. You wait for that call, nothing happens. Here we go.
Lonely. You teaching them that you a burden. You teaching them you ain't got no life. You just waiting by the window like an old dog. And let me tell you, folks run from that, even your own blood. It feels like pressure, so they pull back, and you chase harder, and they run faster.
Okay. Let me go down to right here.
Butterfly, that thing gonna fly away. But if you build a beautiful garden, the butterfly come to you. And even if it don't come, shoot, you still got a beautiful garden. See, for 5 years, I sat in this chair, writing, waiting for this phone to ring. 6 months ago, I said enough. I joined a woodshop class, started making things with my hands again. I started playing chess at the park with these other old fools. We argue,
One moment. Let me scroll down because I'm making a point here. Let me go here. Let's go.
and I'm going to eat a good steak tonight. I'm going to live. If they want to join me, the door is unlocked, but I ain't standing in the doorway waiting no more. And you shouldn't be neither. Get up, man. Go live.
Did y'all hear that? The last part was get up and go live. Um, so all right, y'all. Let's talk about some things. Let's get into it. All right. What I learned about children, and this is something that my auntie taught me, my great auntie taught me, and this is something that my dad spoke of, and I understand this. And for those of you all who don't have any adult children yet, hopefully this will bless your heart. Okay. Um, what I was taught was live your life, take care of your children while they're younger, because kids grow up and forget about parents. They forget about their mother, they forget about their dad. And uh a lot of women actually disregard their marriage for their children. Hear me good. Don't turn me off yet. A lot of you all disregard your marriage for your children. And the order of things, if you're going to go in the order of things is God, husband, wife, then kids. Okay. If you asked a lot of women, who do you feed first? Do you feed your children or do you feed your husband? Okay. Most women will say, I'm feeding my kids. That's a grown man. He be all right. He can feed himself. That's out of order. That's out of order. And I know y'all gonna be like, come on, Creole. No, I'm saying all this for a reason. I'm leading into something that is out of order. The person who gets fed first is supposed to be the head of the house. And the head of the house, if you're married, is supposed to be the husband. You feed the one that takes care of everything first. Not saying the kids don't eat, you just give him his place first and then you fix the kids. A lot of women, though, we have been raised to where women's live, we do everything first. Our kids come before any ninja. You feel me? Our kids, blah, 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 blah. All right. So that's how we operate. And that's what we show. Okay. So when my grand auntie told me to live your life, be solid in what you want, and go for it, and you can still take care of your kids, do right by your family and everything, but don't forsake your husband for your children. Because when it's all said and done, kids grow up, leave home. Kids grow up, leave home, and forget they got parents. And listening to this man, his children has forgot all about him. Sad but true. Okay. And a lot of people, this is their reality. This is their reality. Okay. And this brings on depression. It brings on a lot of depression. Like, I can't believe my kids is not calling me. I can't believe they don't come by and check on me. I can't believe they don't ask me to dinner. I can't believe, this, that, and the other. And that brings on depression. It makes the parent think, what did I do wrong? Why is it that my children are, distance themselves from me like I don't exist? And then they'll cry and turn the casket up trying to get in it when you die. Now make that make sense. The whole time I'm here, you're staying away. You're not calling. You're not doing none of that. But as soon as you hear I done gone behind the iron gate, the purple gate up in heaven, now you crying, Mama, Mama, Mama. No. And you know what I've told? I told a couple of my friends and everything. I said, baby, let me tell you something. If y'all know my kids didn't do me right while I was living, once I pass away and y'all still here, y'all see them clowning and crying and stuff, smack all of them. Go down the line and go, smack them all like a Three Stooges movie. Smack every last one of them. And then y'all make the statement, when she was here, you didn't do right by her. So shut what we call the uck up. That is my instructions. Anyway, y'all. But like this man said, as long as you have breath in your body, okay, you have to live your life. You have to start thinking of your new normal. And a lot of times we go through a depression or grief when our kids leave home, when they become 18 and graduate and they want to move out, they want to go different places. We have that anxiety, we have that separation anxiety because they go from being in our house all the time to now like I don't know if they okay, they gone, and what am I gonna do? And then we're used to taking care of things, especially women. We're used to taking care of, we're nurturers, okay, by nature. So we're used to wake up, time to go to school, clean that room, come and eat. We're used to that. Now it's just us. It's just us. And now I can't force my children to do what I need them to do. How do you go to an adult child and say, I need you to spend more time with me? I need you to call me. Because when they become adults, the relationship between parents and kids change drastically. And sometimes that helps to bring on depression. What do you do? And I'm talking to men now. I remember my late husband uh, used to be he would have bouts of depression. Okay, he would have bouts of depression. And in his bouts of depression, he would become a different person. And I always knew, like, I started paying attention and I asked him, you okay? Yeah, I'm good, baby. I'm good. I'm good. But it was always that nagging thing in the back of me. It was always that thing in the back of me that would be like, okay, hold on, y'all. I'm going to address this. Okay, even if you fix all the plates at one time, who would get theirs first? When you go to pass the plate out, who got theirs first? Was it the kids or was it, you know? And I'm really talking, like I said, I'm talking to married couples because a lot of times that's the thing that people attack wives about. How you feed your husband first and you don't get? She didn't say she didn't give her kids no food. Okay, all the plates can be sitting up on the counter. They all can have food on them. When I grab that plate, I hand it to my husband first, then the kids. That teaches order. Your kids is never supposed to become before your husband. I'm sorry. And I know people don't like it, but it's the truth. Your kids is never supposed to be before your husband. Ever. And I think a lot of times we have things so messed up because of that's how society has done it. And in this day and time, we don't like no rules and regulations. We want the world to be like Burger King. We want everything our way. Anything that's substance, anything with rules and regulations is wrong. And I don't like and I just be like, how do people expect to go to heaven? Because I hear people all the time, well, why we got to live it like this? Why does it have to be like this? Why can't everybody just do what they want to do? Why can't we all just live loosey goosey? Why can't we all just do this? And why we can? Because it's not that's not how life was meant to be. If that's the case, it wouldn't have been any need for the commandments. Then the Egyptians and all of that would have still been living the way they was living. It wouldn't have been no need for that. There was a need. God wouldn't have never shorted the life expectancy. People back in biblical days, I think Methuselah was the oldest living person. I think Methuselah lived to be 900 and what, 80 something, 90 something years old. They was living back there to be 900 years old. Think about that. And God drastically, because of sin, because of wanting it our way, changed the ages to what's that 120. Think about that, from 900 and something to 120. There is a need to have, no you can't go, no you can't do this, no you can't do that, no it's not right to do it. There is a need for that, because leaving us to our own devices can be detrimental to us. Thank you, baby. Yeah, Methuselah was 969. Okay. Thank you. I knew it was something, Catherine. I knew it was 900 and something, honey. So, yeah, I'm just saying. So, to have it our way like Burger King, if you leave us to our own devices, we'll destroy us and anybody else around us. Just because it feels good to you, or you do it, don't make it right. And it don't mean it should be done. Okay, case in point, I had sex out of wedlock. I had sex and I wasn't married. Good sex. Okay, I mean, good sex. Do you hear me? Okay, and everything. And I was a mother before I got married with a couple of kids. Then I got married and had the rest of the kids. You see, okay. But just because that happened don't mean it was right. See, I can stand flat footed and tell you when about me, and I can tell you right and wrong situations. Fornication outside of the bonds of what God considers a marriage is wrong. I don't care how good it feels, it's wrong. And just because I like it, you like it, I've done it, you done it, don't make it right. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Unfortunately, in 2026, wrong is becoming right. Everybody just want to be able to do whatever they want to do and call what is right wrong. I'm just standing in what I know to be right. It's just crazy. And a lot of times the strongest people are the ones that have a lot on their shoulder. A lot of time, aka men, okay, have a lot that they're carrying, especially if they're a husband, and they have a lot of responsibility. They have the household, they have the kids, they have the wife, and a lot of time, a good husband don't want to put the burdens on his wife or family, so he takes all those burdens and he have unspoken burdens, unspoken, and some of you women don't give. Hold on, y'all. Somebody is texting me, and I don't know why. I'm gonna have to turn my phone off. And see, I used to call my husband, my late husband. I used to call him my Superman. I used to call my daddy my Black Panther, and I used to call my husband my Superman because I mean, this man could take a licking and keep on ticking. This man worked two full-time jobs. This man, did nothing stop him, honey. He get off, he do yard work. He come in here, baby, you need to go somewhere. You want to go out on a date? Come on, get dressed. Let's little. I mean, working two full-time jobs. Still show up on Saturdays for our sons who play football, little league football. He was still an assistant coach for little league football. I mean, when I tell you, I had Superman. I had Superman. My job was to take care of Superman. Okay. And I used to ask him. So let me tell y'all, that's right. They do meant to have order instruction. People don't like that. They don't like it because it goes against what they like. It goes against, how I'm living my life. That's how they feel. I'm living my life like this, and anything that goes against that contradicts how I'm living my life, I'm against it. That's your fault. Just because you living your life that way don't make it right. That's what's so weird to me. It's like I knew times was coming. It was already said in biblical days that, we're getting to a point where stiff necked people, they will not will not endure sound doctrine. That is happening so much. What trips me out is when a lot of people want to tell me what this scripture mean in the back journals of this scripture and how it was written at this time and all this and stuff and this, that, and the other. And that's fine, that's great, good, you know it. Great, wonderful. But bet that you do know, are you doing it? Half people ain't living a day's worth of dog meat. You don't even do what you know to do that's right. You don't even do it. So excuse me if I don't care that you know the fundamentals of every scripture, that that Ethiopia is the Mecca and all this, and we are, I don't care nothing about that. Are you doing what you know to do? And I always tell men this is nothing wrong if you need help. The thing that is the most disgusting thing and mentally ill thing to me when it comes to people is knowing that you're sinking and you won't do nothing to save yourself. You know you do not have the answers for what's ailing you. You need money, and the more you work, the money's going through your bag like your bag got a hole in it. The more money you put in it, the more it's leaking. And you don't understand that because you're trying to take care of it yourself. A lot of people, including men, sometimes more men than women, actually need to go and sit and talk to somebody that is trained to handle your issues. And I always tell people that counseling or therapy is like a perm. Sometimes it takes, sometimes it don't. You have to keep trying the perms until you get the one that does exactly what you needed to do. Same way with counseling. Sometimes you go to one counselor and y'all don't match well. Okay, you don't give up on counseling. You go to another one. And I'm telling y'all, some of y'all so stubborn, you're gonna die. And that's what people gonna remember about you. They were so stubborn, man. There is no way in the world, and I keep saying this, and people get mad at me when I say this, but I don't care. There is no way in the world you can lead no woman if you yourself won't humble yourself enough and know when you need help. The first thing of a good husband is to know I can't do this by myself. I need something bigger than me, and I don't want to keep being stuck. Some people, and King Anthony McNeil said this the last time we was live. He said some people get so used to be. Some people get stuck and stay there. It becomes normal to them, and it don't make it right, but that's their normal, which is true. No real woman should have the burden of being with you and then have to mother you, counsel you, go through all these emotions that you can take care of on your own. One thing that a woman loves about a real man is that he realizes when something is bigger than him and he goes to get the help. He don't keep on going around the same tree, marking time around the same tree. Some of y'all are no better off than you was in 2024. This is 2026. You still doing the same thing, still saying the same thing. Ain't got no progress. But aren't you tired, Miss Minnie? Aren't you tired? I mean, it should be at a point where, you know what, I've done it. Matter of fact, let me tell you something about me. You're not going to have me doing the same thing 3 months, let alone 3 weeks. Because once I see it ain't working, oh, we got to switch something up. I got to do something different because I ain't got time like at the waste. I want my life to be happy, lovable, living. Yeah, I don't got time like that to be wasting do the same old thing. One of the main definitions of being insane is doing the same thing, expecting a different result. You're doing the same thing, it's not working, and you're expecting something different to come out of it. That's insane. That's insanity. That's like walking into a wall expecting the wall to move. You just keep walking and boom. You keep walking, boom. Eventually, this wall's gonna move, boom. Okay. Eventually, you're gonna knock yourself out or have brain damage, but that wall gonna still be there. Some of y'all, you living for your children. You're living for your kids. That's all you're doing is living for your kids. And you're gonna get upset when they decide to get grown, when they become grown, and they realize they have a life outside of you, and they walk away and leave you sitting and standing like you are. And you be like, I can't believe my kids did me like this. I can't believe they leaving me without anything. Well, they got a life to live. And unlike you, sir, ma'am, they don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. They ready to live their life. Stop living your life through your children. It's okay to love them, but you should never love them more than you love you. Ooh, I said something right there. 24/7. Yeah, I hope this is helping. Anyway, let me get to a definition that I want to get to real quick. Codependency. Codependency. I believe that a lot of adults have this issue, okay? Textbook meaning is a dysfunctional relationship dynamic in which one person assumes the role of the giver, sacrificing their own needs and well being for the sake of the other, the taker. No, you have a giver and a taker. Giver and a taker, okay? Giver and a taker. Giver and a taker. That's saying something, okay? That's saying something. All right, let me go to here. This is just textbook, y'all. Give me one moment. Here's a textbook. Okay, what are the 5 core symptoms of codependency? You ready? Fear of being left behind, challenges with intimacy, losing yourself in others, low self esteem, and people pleasing. One of the most common codependency symptoms is relying on others to feel good about yourself. Last but not least, need for control and perfectionism. I tell y'all all the time that one of my strengths and weaknesses is that I'm a perfectionist. At least I recognize that and I'm working on it. I'm giving myself grace. I have learned to give myself grace. Okay? And a lot of y'all need to learn how to give yourself some grace as well. Go back and listen to those 5 core symptoms, okay? What are the 4 types of codependency? I'm glad you asked. The caretaker, the controller, our perfectionism, the lost self, okay, are the enabler. Those are the 4. Codependency individuals often have excessive emotional or physiological dependency on their significant other, making for a relationship dynamic that is toxic and unfulfilling. See what I'm saying? When I tell you it's not fair when you take that behavior into a relationship, that it's not fair. It's not. And some people get to the point they're like, I just stay by myself. Well, good for you. Good for you. Okay. If that's what you want to live your life by yourself, good for you. Hey, Blended. Hey, Boo. Y'all don't forget to go and check out Blended, please, and thank you. Let me see. Let me see. Even having good suggestion of this that work through solutions of difficult times, many won't take the advice after bumping their insane skills of stubbornness. I know, and you know, stubbornness is a disease. I feel. No, it's not a textbook disease, but I feel that a lot of people are so stubborn, and if they wasn't as stubborn, they would make somebody a good mate. But that stubbornness is in the wrong area. How do you want me to love you and you are willing to let us go down in the boat because you're too stubborn to reach out for help? You're too stubborn to talk to somebody. You're too stubborn to say, you know what, I need help in this area. This is how I feel. I don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some of y'all think I'd be crazy when I come on here and I'll be, naked and unashamed. I'd be naked and unashamed. I'd be telling y'all the things of the things. I'd be like, what is wrong with this child coming on here? You know why? I'm free. You don't know how it feels to be free unless you've been bound. I'm going to say that again. You better preach cold on this Thursday. You don't know how good it feels to be free unless you have been bound. When you become free, you don't let nothing and no one bound you again. So, I'm always naked and unashamed. So I tell you guys things not to. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. My son texts me. Wait a minute. Okay. So anyway, I just want to tell y'all this really, really quick. I always talk about my late husband, because that's the longest relationship I've had. Okay, so of course I'm gonna refer to him. Okay. We was together almost 30 years. So that's the longest relationship I had. Anything else before him was standing in the gap, was testing and trying. Okay. But my late husband was the real, hey, AK love, smooches. My ex husband was the real McCoy. Okay. He was the thing of the thing of the things. Okay. All right. And if y'all want to help me with my goal, y'all appreciate it. It's only $5. I know $5 is hard to come by. I do understand that. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Or my cash out is rolling across the screen. It's not mandatory. You don't have to leave. You are still my friend. Okay. So, Uh so a lot of things happened to my late husband. Okay. Before he got with me. He also had another wife before me. I'm the best wife. She was the other wife. Okay. He would tell everybody, "No, I got my best wife. I should have waited on her, but I skipped the gun and all this." So, But let me tell y'all something. Another transparency moment. Y'all ready? My husband used to be bound by drugs and alcohol. He had a double whammy. I said to him one day, "How you gonna sell drugs and do drugs?" Like on that Friday movie, Soap. Smokey, your boy said at the Smokey, "I have a question. How you gonna sell drugs and do drugs?" But and everything. So he laughed about that. We both laughed about that because y'all know he used to be a street pharmaceutical salesman. Okay, and everything. A very good one at that. However, he has some dark issues. And every now and then, and I didn't know that when I got with him. I did not know that at all. Let me just be totally transparent. I didn't know that about him. He never showed that side of me, of him. He was always good to me. He always laughed. Everybody loved him, everything. Never seen that side till one day. One day, he disappeared. Okay. We were dating. We were engaged. We were dating. He disappeared. I mean, disappeared. Okay. And I was down my cousin's house, which was two doors down from me. My cousin was dating his little brother. Okay. And I went down there and, we was just talking and stuff. And she was like, she asked me about him. I said, "I ain't seen him." And his brother was in the kitchen and I could tell he looked at me funny and he looked at her. And I ain't say nothing, I said, I ain't seen him. I said, "I hope he's okay. I ain't seen him, like that." And so she said, "Tim, tell her I can't let this happen. This is my cousin, dog. Tell her. She deserved to know." I said, "Tell me what?" I thought they was going to tell me he had another woman, right? So he's like, "Okay." He said, "My brother." I said, "Yeah." He said, "He has a drug problem." I said, "What?" I screamed real loud. He said, "Yeah, he has a drug problem." He said, "It's not the type of problem where he going to pawn everything and nothing like that." He said, "Every now and then, what happened to him gets to him so bad, he tries to escape." Okay. So I'm like, wow. Now I'm in too deep. I'm in love with him. We got a baby, you know, everything, all the things. I'm like, okay, like, we're gonna have to have a conversation. We're gonna have to do something. We're gonna have to go something. Cause I didn't know how to deal with that. I've never dealt with that. I didn't know how to deal with that. So, make a long story short, like I said, it'd be far and in between where he would just disappear. Seriously, like he would be there one moment, next moment, he gone. Just disappeared. Okay. And that went on for a minute, off and on for years. Okay, off and on until one day I had a dream. In my dream, I saw them coming to our house and padlocking our house. And I woke up from that dream. Because, see, God deals with me in dreams as well as visions and sounds and everything. And I woke up out of a dream. I called my pastor, which was my father in the ministry. And I remember it was like 2 something in the morning. And I said, "I just had a dream. And he said, tell me. So I told him the dream. And he said, in the morning, I want you to get up and you go look for you and them kids somewhere to go. He said, and once you find it, God gonna give you several miracles. Okay. He said, and then y'all prepare to leave. Just you and them kids. I said, yes, sir. I did exactly what he said, and exactly what he said was gonna happen, happened. Okay. And everything. So behind that, and I'm skipping a whole lot of this, okay? Behind that, we end up separating for a year. Okay. Now, in the midst of that year, even though we were separated, you wouldn't have known it because everywhere I was, my husband showed up. Everywhere the kids was, my husband showed up. And he said, I'm determined no other man is going to get my family. He said, I'm getting my life together because I want my wife and I want my family. And I'm determined ain't no other man going to take you out. And I meant that. And so after we got back together and all this and stuff, never had another problem. We was better than ever. Our love was thicker. I mean, everything. And we would talk about it. He was like, I was determined when no other man get my family. He said, I meant that. He said, I admit I should have got, some help or whatever long before you came along. He said, but I never had a reason to want it. Then ain't that something? He was already married to somebody and then had other women that never made him want to be better. See what I'm saying? Like how a real woman can make a difference in a man's life if he allows it. Because you can't force nobody to do nothing. You'll break your neck trying to force somebody to do something. Men are stiff necked. They are real stubborn. Anything that they feel is challenging what they feel is a man, they won't do it. They won't do it. It takes a very special man that loves himself and know that there's more for him than what he's been doing and that he wants you so bad. If he don't get it together, he know he gonna either lose you or not have you, to say, you know what, I'm tired, let's get it, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Right, that's right, Catherine. Unfortunately, that's true. you know Only in their lives to see what they can do. But the depression that he dealt with, like I said, his mother was killed at the age of 10. A whole lot went on with that. He had his title shot as a boxer, and he was whooping the name brand person, the household name person that was at the top of the bill. He was beating him senseless in the ring, and they threw the fight. Like, seriously, because the man said there is no way that we can let this unnamed boxer beat the boxer that we've created and whose name is on the bill. So they took the title fight from my husband. They took it. And that was the fight that was going to set him up to take care of his great auntie and, all the stuff that he had planned. Everybody knew he was going to win. My husband was a knockout artist, and he had that endurance. Just bad, man. And they took a boxing match from him. And from there, it was like a spiral. He had nothing to live for after that. He felt he had nothing to, and everything. His family gave up on him. Most of his siblings, gave up on him and everything. And, yeah, how do you go from being the one in the family to give everybody hope? See what I'm saying? Like, you the strongest one in your family. You the great black hope in the family. You got all this on your shoulders. Now you feel like you failed your family. So now you depressed, but you can't let nobody know you're depressed because you already failed them in one area. So what do I do to make sure I don't go under? Depression, you know what? I always say depression is like an onion. The more layers you peel back, the more it makes you cry. The more you get to where you need to be. Until you make up in your mind that you're important enough to be the best you can be, and if that means talking to someone to put you on the right road to help you figure out some stuff, to say, I need, what I don't understand is people won't go get help, but they'll come on YouTube begging. Y'all seen that before? Like, you need a food pantry, whatever you need, but you won't go to them places. But you'll come on here asking everybody if they can buy you some food. it never makes sense to me. I be sitting back like I look with one eye and then I turn my head the other way and look with the other eye. And then I cross my eyes and look like mentally, when is that okay? And mentally, why would you put yourself through that? One thing I could say, I will say this. I shout out different people, mixology, Jess Andrea. Oh Lord, I love me some Just Read My Book. She be on me. She like my auntie. She be getting on my butt. Do y'all hear me? Uh, uh, JB, you know, King. But reason why I'm calling them people out is because I'll say this about JB, because I always tell y'all we talk every day, okay? Uh if JB don't understand, I don't have the answer to something, JB will ask. And that's so refreshing for a man to be like, I don't get that. Like, I don't, this is this right here and blah, 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 blah. What you think about that? Because I was going to do X, Y. It's nothing wrong with that. It does not take away from his manhood. And I think a lot of times men don't pay attention to who they ask. You can't take your problems to everybody. Duh. That's common sense. You can't tell everybody about what's going on with you, you know. But I honor people that is not so haughty or stubborn that they somebody say, hey, if you need me, let me know. I'll see what I can do. If you need somebody to talk to, let me know. I appreciate that. Mixology, whatever I need to say, whatever she need to say, I can say it to her and ain't got to worry about a mad day. Cause even if she get mad at me, she's such a mature woman. She ain't gonna come out here, which I don't tell people nothing I can't repeat. First of all, and that's how she is. That's why I like people like that. You know, real mamas, real problems. Y'all always hear me talk about her. Okay, better always be somebody that I admire. Always. We done had serious conversations before. Not one time have I seen her post it, come out here and, not at all. Not at all. I ain't even got to worry about it at all. And these people, that person and Unbothered Mimi, those people was around me at the lowest point of my life when depression was taking over. Y'all, let me tell you something. At the time, somebody, I ain't gonna say because then I'll be throwing this person under the bus, and they told me this in confidence. Okay, let me say this. I was such a depressed person that, remember, 2020 I lost one of my daughters to murder. 2021 I lost my husband to COVID, complications from COVID. I hadn't had a chance to grieve my daughter yet, to turn around and lose my support system. Yeah, I went through such a depression to where I lost track of days where I didn't even shower. I didn't take a bath. I just would get up, wash my face, wash my private, and go on about my business. You know, I just didn't feel I like you can go through such a depression to where you don't feel like doing what you need to do for yourself. And somebody mentioned that in a conversation one day, and I was like, wow, that's normal when you're depressed, because they admitted to me what they had went through at a very bad time in their life. I was like, wow, if they only knew it was me. That's where I'm at right now. And that's what took me out of it. Like, once I realized I wasn't by myself, that I wasn't like the eyeball out, and I got to thinking like, dang girl, how many days has it been? Because I was so, look, y'all, I'm just keeping it 100 done. I ain't got no fancy stories for you and all this. I ain't. It just is what it is. Naked and unashamed, because that's where I was. I went through these things. That's why I come on here and encourage you all. It's a lot of people that's going through what I've been through, and they be like listening to see how they can come through it. Trust me, I always go back on God. The God I serve is no respecter of person. If he can get me through some of the stuff I've been through, he can get you through it. You just got to be open and honest. Yes, God is all knowing and all seeing. Sometimes he wants us to remind him of what he promised us. But you can't get to a point to where you talking to God honest until you can be honest with yourself. What you did ain't working. How you thinking don't work. Let me see. I tell you this, we'll always have food in the house, etc. Understand? We talk about important things. It says between us. Okay. Some women are okay, I read that. They were going to lose money if he won. Creole. I don't know who that is, but okay. Um Let me see. They're looking for an easy way out. Okay. So let me tell y'all, I'm not hard on men. I love men. Trust me. I love men. You hear me? But I had a conversation with an ex, and it's the Q dog. Let me go ahead and tell y'all this. JB, I already know. Me and him done talk. Okay. I had a conversation with him. He called me the other night. And hey, Uncle, is that Uncle Clyde? Yes, hey, Uncle Clyde. Uh, and I am so grateful, y'all. I dodged a bullet. I dodged a bullet. Listening to this man talk, we are Jupiter and Mars apart. Okay, I dodged a bullet. God knew I dodged a bullet. When I think back, just even listening to him the other night, because we still cool. I never date him again ever in my life, ever. And I know people say never say never, never. I know what type of man I want. I know what type of man I like. He ain't it. He's not it. Unfortunately, or fortunately, he's never developed. He's still stuck. He's very much stuck. And he's stuck in his early life, like 21 and 22 and 23. And he's older than me, but that's where he's stuck at. And he's not willing to do the work to become his better form of himself. Now, he works, don't get me wrong, but mentally, mm-mm, mm-mm. He's younger than my youngest son, mentally. My youngest son, let me see, is 20, he'll be 27 this year, my youngest son. So he's 26. He's younger than him in the mind right now in the way that he deals with life. Okay. It would never be a me and him. Ever. Ever. Do you hear me? And I just felt like sometimes, relationships don't work out for a reason. They just don't. And we have to embrace that and say, you know what? Okay. It was a reason that me and this person didn't make it. Like I told you, I did it right. I did it until death do us part. If I still had my way, I would still be married to that same man. Unfortunately, he's not here. He did his duty. God said it's time to come home, my son, and brought him home. Ain't nothing I can do about that. His wish was to go before me because he knew he couldn't handle it if I went before him. He told everybody that I want God to take me before her. He said I couldn't take it. He said she's way stronger than me. He knew it. So God granted him his wish. And he always knew I would be remarried and all this other stuff. So I said all that to say, you cannot allow people's energy to affect you. I said I gave myself until midnight last night. And I remember telling JB, I said, you know what, JB? I said, I'm going to give myself until midnight. to see even if I want to be friends with him. If I really want to stay friends with him. Some people don't even deserve to be your friend. And I know that's so hard for y'all. But don't you know a lot of reasons why some of y'all are depressed is because of the company that you keep, the energy that's around you. The energy that's around you is depressive energy, is usury energy, is pile on energy. And you're taking on everything from everybody else, and your shoulders is so wide that you feel like I can handle it, but you're secretly suffering. You're suffering in silence because who do I tell? Because I'm the strong one. Who can I, you don't want to look weak, you don't know who to trust, and you just carrying all this weight on you. And every time you get by yourself, your mind goes. Your mind thinks about everything that you're dealing with. You get no peace. And I don't know about y'all, but peace is too high of a price to pay to not get it. So whatever I got to do to have my peace, that's the correct way to do it and a good way to do it without harming me or anybody else. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Let me tell you something. Men, you really need to get a handle on it. You really need to stop being so stubborn and haughty and like that to where you don't go get help. This is a true story. A friend of mine's, her boyfriend, he was, loving on her and everything, and went to visit his family, let's say on a Tuesday. Went to visit his family on a Tuesday, was laughing with them, hugging with them, and all of this and stuff like that. And yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I'm going to go home now, y'all. I'm tired. I'm going home. Let me kiss you all. Love y'all, honey. Love you, love you. Called his girlfriend, love you. He walked in his house, grabbed a dining room chair, stood up on the chair, put a rope over something that was in the ceiling, and hung himself. Let that sink in. Because he couldn't deal with the pressure. All he had to do that day that he went and hugged his mama and his family and all this and stuff and laughing with them like wasn't nothing wrong and all this, all he had to do is say, "Y'all, I'm suffering. I'm suffering." Okay, blended. That's all he had to do is say, "Y'all, I'm hurting, I'm suffering." Sometimes we don't know what's wrong, but we know it's something. And if that's what you gotta say, I don't know what's wrong. I just feel this, I feel like this. I don't know why. I don't feel like myself. It don't make you less of a man or a weak man to open up your mouth and talk. Don't you know most relationships, most marriages fail because of communication? And if you think about it, communication is the foundation for every work in a marriage. Most relationships, when they step out on each other, it's because they don't communicate. It ain't got nothing to do with lust. That's the after, that's the effect. The cause is the communication. The effect is stepping out on your marriage. It just is what it is. I heard a lot of men, that especially when I was counseling, I heard a lot of men say, she ain't nobody I can talk to. She ain't no, and see, I'm a straight up counselor. Like we gonna get to the nitty gritty. You paying me your dime, your time. We gonna get to it. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing with you. I'm gonna love on you the way Christ loves on you, but we gonna get to the end. Okay. And you know what? I've had men that's interested in me tell me, you just wanna what is that word that they use? What is that word that they use? And I'd be like, cause I'm honest with you. Why am I penalized for being honest? So you only want a woman that's going to tell you how good you are, how great you are, smooth you up and rub you down, but not be honest with you. That is not me. See, here's my thing. I love hard, but I am an honest lover. I love hard, but I'm an honest lover. What does that mean? That means that when I tell you I'll fight you and fight for you, not physically fight you, but I mean like when you doing some asinine stuff and you wrong as four left shoes and you get yourself in the world of hurt, don't expect me to be that duding wife to sit back and go, okay, honey, all right. And I see you girl kill yourself. Okay, honey. All right, I understand. Yeah. No, I'm gonna be like, hey, no, no, you don't need to do that. No, that's not right. Make it right. Seriously, we're a part of each other. We're a part of each other. You love me enough to give me your last name, but you don't want to hear the truth from me. But it's okay if your bros them outside that don't really care nothing about you tell you the truth. But the woman you married, the woman you said you loved before God and them, Moses and all them, all of that, you don't want to hear the truth from me. Now how does that work? So y'all want women that look good, do all the things, and can lay in your bed but not be truthful. That's a deadly combination. That's a deadly combination. We're so soft. We're so often told to be men without any reason or guidance. I know that I'm still healing without the Most High, through His Son. I will be totally right, and you're right about that, Uncle Clyde. And that's my point. Being a man does not mean that you don't have issues. Being a man does not mean that you don't have emotional feelings, that you can't cry sometimes. When my husband saw that he could cry in front of me, and I know other women, that's a punk, that's a punk. No, that's a man. I always told him, don't ever act like you can't show me you. I don't want to see this fictional person. Because then when the real you show up, I ain't going to recognize it. It's weird. And I know we raise, our men to be strong and to have a character to where it mirrors God and, to walk a certain way and everything. But you are supposed to cry with those you can cry with. You're supposed to be vulnerable with those you can be vulnerable with. And, y'all do know Samson and Delilah's story. I always go back to that. If you're not familiar with that, you have not familiarized yourself with that, I ask you to go to the Bible, okay, and read up on Samson and Delilah, how he actually got into covenant with the wrong woman. And a lot of times, when men do that, for whatever reason, you marry the wrong woman and then it doesn't work. Now you're making every woman pay for that. You don't trust no female. You don't trust this. They can't do this. Now I ain't getting in no relationship no more. Cause she. But what about you? What was it that made you believe she was the one? Because to be honest with you, before you even say I do, the attributes show. A lot of y'all overlook that because you feel like you can change her. Sometimes women feel like they can change the man. So they overlook the blurring signs that be saying warning, warning, warning. You know this ain't for you. And so people get mad at me when I say what I say, and I'm going to say it again. I don't want no man that's responsible for any kids. If you're responsible for a child that's 18 and younger, miss me. If you got a child that you pay child support for, miss me. If you got to go to PTA meetings and all of that stuff, miss me. I don't want that. Sorry, I don't. Because I'm one that knows what I want. And I'm not going to sacrifice what I want just to have somebody. That is a non-negotiable. Just don't want it. You know why? I've been dealing with kids since I was a young girl myself. I was in charge of one of my baby sisters at the age of 9 years old. I had my first child at 15. And now since all my children are grown, my baby's 23 on her own, working two jobs, living, got her own little townhouse and stuff. I don't want nobody that's responsible for kids. I want it to be me and my husband, just us. If we want to lay in the house all day and just lay up, watch TV, watch a movie, cook, travel, get in the car and ride somewhere just to clear our head and stuff and come back, that's all I want. Just me and him. Now, if that makes me selfish, good. That leads me to my last point. A lot of times, people that's depressed is because they're trying to take on everybody's issues but their own. You have to learn to have a selfish moment. You have to learn to be intentional with you. You have to learn how to, and I always tell people to write your feelings down. Take 7 days. Each day, write how you felt that day, how you was feeling, what you did. On that seventh day, go back and look at how you did for the week. Did you get better? Were you worse? But you have to be intentional with writing down your emotions. You got to be. Because only sometimes when we see things face to face or when we read things, do we ever say, dang, I was feeling that bad? And you'd be surprised if you go back in a month, you do it for a whole month, and you go back for the first day you start writing in that month and see how you were and then how you are now. A lot of times, all you need to be is heard. That's it. You just need to be heard and not judged. So I always tell people if you feel like you don't have nobody you can talk to, and you know that you got a lot on your shoulders and it's like wearing you down and wearing you out, get you a notebook, not a tablet, not your phone. Get you a notebook and a pen and write. It's therapeutic. If there's somebody that has passed away that you didn't make it right with, or you feel like you still write a letter to them. Write a letter to them. After you write it, wait 24 hours, read it, and then burn it. Rip it up and throw it away. But at least you would have gotten it out. And it wouldn't be festering and eating you up. Don't y'all know whatever emotionally is going on in your body? Hey, Deambu, whatever emotionally is going on in your body, it turns physical. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that fear tears up your kidneys? It attacks your kidneys. Fear. You'd be surprised what emotions governs body parts. Okay? So, what did we learn today? We learned what codependency is. We learned the five, what was it? The five, hold on, y'all. Hold on. The five core symptoms of codependency. And then we learned the four types of codependency. Okay? Some of y'all are codependent. Okay? Let me give you this definition again. Codependency is some of y'all, like I said, you know, but here it is. Codependency is a dysfunctional relationship dynamic in which one person assumes the role of the giver, sacrificing their own needs and well being for the sake of the other, the taker. So you be the giver and you always around people that take because you're codependent. And it leaves you empty, it leaves you depressed, it leaves your energy's low, it starts to work on your body physically. Okay? Start being intentional with you. Take yourself to dinner. Take yourself to lunch. Be intentional. Take yourself to the coffee shop, i.e., I'm the coffee shop. But start being intentional with you. Do something you've never done just for you. Have a selfish moment. Turn your phone off. Say for these next, you know what, the world will last. And if there's any emergency that really, really is an emergency, 911 won't wait a minute. Ain't nothing you can do anyway. Okay? If God and 911 can't help, If the world burns down in 30 minutes, the little 30 minutes you take to just spend by yourself, mm, that's all I can tell you. A lot of times we act like we God. We ain't God. And that's what God's trying to get you to understand spiritually. You're not me. Stop trying to do my job. And I tell people the same God you need, I need. Yes, I'm a preacher. Yes, I'm a pastor. I'm all the things, okay? But the same God you need, I need him more because I am in a leadership role. It just is what it is. And I don't get my job mistaken. I can't do what he can do. I don't even try. You understand? Okay. So just realize that once again, know your limitations. It's okay to say no. Okay? It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, I don't know. It's okay to say, I can't. Carve you out some time for you. Carve you out some time for you. I remember I used to work at McDonald's. Okay? Shout out to McDonald's. Y'all go to McDonald's now. My stock need to come up. Y'all go to McDonald's. Anyway, shout out to McDonald's. I remember I used to work for McDonald's, and every morning they would be the breakfast men. The breakfast men would come in. It's a little breakfast club. It would be like men of old age that's done retired and stuff like that. Okay, they done retired and stuff like that. And wait a minute, y'all. I'm back. Yeah, I'm sorry. My son sent me a text message. And I'm like, what the what? Anyway, but yeah, so just know, just first of all, one of the other things that we need to get is limitations. Okay. We need to set boundaries, healthy boundaries on what we will and won't do, what we can and we can't do, what we're willing to do and what we're not. Okay. Even when it comes to your sharing. Okay. Set boundaries, set healthy boundaries. uh Especially if you done carved out your little 30 minutes for you and they like, can you take me? You're like, nope, not for 30 minutes. For real, you can't. Some of y'all so vested. You're vested. Like the dude I was telling you about, the cute dog, he's so vested right now with them grown kids. It's gonna be his downfall. That's how he went to prison the first time. Kids. You hear me say first time? That's how he went the first time. Kids. I'm telling y'all, like I said, my auntie gave me some sound advice, and so did my grandma, my great auntie, and my grandfather, and my father, one or two. They told me, kids grow up and leave home. They'll forget all about you. Live your life. Take care of them, which is true, but live your life. Because once they turn 18 or 19 and they get on their own, before long, they don't remember they got no kids. I mean, they don't remember they got no parents. They do what they want to do. You could be over suffering and starving, and they can have money in their pocket and they go, oh, you never know. Oh God. Mm. The things I talk to people about. Y'all be surprised. I have counseled some people who, yeah, I'll never tell you who. And I'm just using this as an example. You must learn how to put yourself first. I just started learning this, y'all, in 2025. Do you hear me? And since I've started learning the art of no, I can't, I won't, not right now, oh, oh well. Since I started learning that, you talking about free. You talking about energy. You talking about having a great mind and not feeling all weighed down. Like I told you, you'll never know how good it feels to be free unless you've actually been bound. If you've been bound and you break free of that thing, you won't allow nothing or no one to bind you again, not even you. They are truly out of order, Catherine. You're right about that. Very much so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It used to be a whole lot of older men. They was retired and everything. They would come. We call them the Breakfast Club men, and they come in and order their small coffee and everything. They say, "Oh, there go Tom pulling up right there." Tom coming, "Hey John, hey Frank, who we waiting on?" "Oh man, I don't know if Peter gonna be here." I don't know. It would normally it would be like altogether it would be like 12 of them, and it seemed like one, some more old men would find out that they all was meeting up there, and they would go up, and they wouldn't bother nobody. They were so nice and everything. I just used to look out at them and be like, wow, to be this old, retired, you know, and everything, and wake up in the morning and just come and talk with other fellow men, and have your cup of coffee before you go back to the house. And what a life, man. What a life. Some things, y'all, we take for granted. Some things we take for granted. Like people laugh at me when I tell them I enjoy bingo. I do enjoy bingo. I do. And I guess who I go to bingo with? Me. Me. I don't wait on nobody. I up and go. If it's a restaurant I want to try and I ain't been there, guess who I go with? Me. I enjoy my conversation. I enjoy my time with myself. I do. I go with me. I be looking like a doll baby when I go to. It's like, hey, but no, me. Because I'm learning to spend time with myself, quality time. What you gonna do? I need you. Can't do it. For real? Nope. Sorry. Now, if you willing to wait till I get through doing me, I mean, you can do. I can, but I'm not because I'm important too. Why would you want me to stop doing what I'm doing for me just to do for you? That's selfish. Anyway, I hope this conversation on depression and everything has helped you. I hope I've given you some examples. Again, let me put my email in what's your name? That is my email. If you have any questions or you want me to talk about a certain topic, I will. Okay. There's no problem. Go back and look at this video, especially at the beginning where that 85-year-old man is talking. How, his kids, he did all this for his kids and stuff. And they, no, he did all this for his kids and stuff. And they won't even call him, check on him. It had been 5 months. He hadn't heard from nobody or nothing. How he changed his life and started living for himself. Started taking classes, started going and playing chess with the men. He started living his life. He's like, if you have to remind them that you're living, they don't forgot you already. And some of us, that's hard for us to understand, and that's hard for us to swallow but it's reality. Love on you enough where you make yourself a priority. Love on you enough where you make yourself a priority. You're important. Okay? You are important. Like I tell everybody, I may not have all expensive stuff and all it in my house, but it's mine. My car may not be a 2025, 2024, 2026. May not be none of that. It's mine. I'm blessed. I'm going to hold on to my 2010 until the Lord say no. I love my car. Just loves for the life, honey. And I tries to take care of her. We get oil changed, we get tires rotated, all the things of the things. Okay? I ain't trying to, honey. I ain't trying to play big when small got me. I'm okay. And about to go, believe Saturday, I gotta go Goodwilling. I told y'all, I don't care what you think about me. I love going Goodwilling. And especially the one that I go to, it's like where all the rich people take their stuff. And a lot of times I can go out there and find me some nice old shirts, nice old skirts and stuff like that, honey, for like $3, if that. I might see a lamp I like or something, honey. Who I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. It ain't that don't make me. I make that. It's me. I'm the value. I'm God's favorite daughter. I'm the value. See how that works? See how that works? But yeah, if you're not familiarized with um, the book that talks about Samson and Delilah, especially men, I would actually, I would read that book. I would read that. I would go to that chapter and read on Samson and Delilah and how at the end had all worked out for him. He was so mesmerized with how she looked. He had been warned about her, but he was so mesmerized. And the thing about it is, he didn't learn his lesson. He didn't learn his lesson. She asked him, I'm paraphrasing, where does your power come from? Where does your strength come from? He told her a lie. She went and told his enemy. They tried to attack him with the information she told them, and it didn't work. And I believe they did this about 2 or 3 times. Actually, 3 to 4 times, if I'm not mistaken. 3 to 4 times to where he gave her a bogus story before he gave. And you would have thought that he would have used common sense and said, the woman I love is actually in connection with my enemy. Let me walk on. You know, what people said about her is true. She's proven it. But he didn't. He didn't. He didn't learn. He didn't learn his lesson. You don't always have to lose to learn a lesson, y'all. Stop being that person that you got to go through it in order for you to learn. I used to tell my kids, learn from me. If I did it and I went through it and whatever came out of it, you ain't got to go through the same mistake. Learn from me. My mama went through that, and I don't want to go through that. You don't always have to learn by you taking up the same struggle that you saw somebody you love go through. It's weird. It's crazy. And stubbornness ain't gonna get you nowhere. Being stiff necked, as the Bible talk, and stubborn ain't gonna get you nowhere. Except in the same, around the same mulberry bush, doing the same exact thing. I told you one of the definitions of being insane is doing the exact same thing, expecting a different result. You're doing the same thing. Look at your situation. How long have you been in that situation? What is your plan to get out of your situation? That's the thing. What's the plan? And if you got a plan and you've been executing that plan and it still ain't working, it's time to go back to the drawing board because whatever you're doing ain't working. What's stupid is if you know it ain't working, but you continue to do it. That's dumb. That's dumb with two B's, not one. As long as vehicles are in good condition and driving excellent, pay off vehicles are blessings. I know that's right. Amazing. I know that's right, boo. He didn't even make the connection until about the third. See, Catherine, that's what I'm saying. Okay. I love Michael Jackson. I always have. I was the one taking up for Michael Jackson. I was. I told everybody, this on the side note, y'all. I'm sorry. I told everybody Michael Jackson wasn't what they thought he was, that he was actually a good person and he loved kids. Now everybody's seeing, because this thing came out, that he built Never Neverland to keep the kids away from Epstein them. Wow. He didn't make the connection at all. Okay, grandson, come on now. I know that's right. I know that's right, honey. Yes. The favorite grandson. That's what I'm talking about. Favor of my life. And I keep telling people, favor will get you places money can't. But you can't get the favor of the Lord if you don't listen. Hard neck, stiff neck, disobedience won't get you the favor of the Lord. It just won't. It won't open up no doors at all. At all. Some of y'all are so stubborn that God can't use you. And that's why you keep going around the same bush you're going around, because God's like, you know what? I said this one day when I was preaching. I said, some of y'all have been praying about God bless me, please bless me, God bless me. And God is like, okay, I'm gonna bless you. So he sends somebody to tell you, go ahead and go over on East Street. Okay. If you go over on East Street, apartment A, there's a mailbox right there. Go over there. And you keep standing on West Street talking about, God, I need you to bless me. God, I need you to bless me. The lights is off. God, I need you to bless me. My car is down. God, I need you to bless me. I got prescriptions too. You steadily doing that. You've been doing that for the last 6 months. God gave you an answer 6 months ago, and you still, God bless me. God ain't blessing me. I need God to bless me. God, please bless me. Lord, bless me. Why ain't you blessing me? Open up doors for me, God. Oh, God. You still doing the same thing. Same thing. And God said, go back and get that word I gave you and do what I told you. I'm not going to change my word. Go do what I told you and everything will shift for you. You still stand there, but God, I need you to bless me. God, okay, another 3 months. So now it's 9 months. You still praying. God bless me. Open the door. God help me. God make a way for me. Come on, God. I know you can do it. Lord, I trust you. God, I love you. You still praying the same prayer. And God come back again. He sent another angel back to tell you, what did God tell you to do the first time? I need God now. You ain't even paying attention. I need God now. It's been a year. God bless me. Please bless me. Open up doors, God. Heal my body. Make a way out of no way. God, I need you. Pay off this bill. Open up it. You still praying the same prayer. Still, God ain't changed his mind yet. All of a sudden, in your mind, you like, I don't know why he told me to go over here. But I guess I gone over here now. Since he ain't listening. Now he heard you very much so. Okay, he been done answered your prayer a long time ago, but you so stubborn and wanting things your way, how you want things done, said, and created. God's like, okay, I'm gonna show you who's the boss. Okay, I'm not gonna do what you want me to do. I'm gonna show you who's the boss. You finally go over to East B, because remember you in the West. You finally go to East B, where that apartment is, and look in the mailbox. All them checks from each month that you were supposed to went over there is sitting in their mailbox. So all the time you have been, God, please help me, Lord, heal me, make where I know it, God, I need you. Oh Lord. All those times you've been doing that each month, God has already made a way for you. All that been sitting in their box. You got a year's worth of solutions in their box because you finally did what he first told you to do. So I'm going to say to somebody, maybe several of y'all, and some of my subbies that have been listening to this later on, whatever you're standing in the need of God for, and you've asked him for, what did he tell you to do first? What was the first thing he told you to do when you asked? Go back and do that first. Be obedient. Do that first and then petition him. Because as long as you don't do the first works first, you can't ask him for nothing else because he ain't gonna move. Because he gonna say, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Please don't be over the God. Please help me, Lord. Do it, please. Okay, God, I need you. Come on, touch my body, touch my God. Lord, I need you. I need a way. Make a way, no way. You praying the same prayer, and God's like, okay. And then you get your God must not be listening to me. He must not be hearing me because no, He gave you instructions, and you too stubborn to follow them. You determine you're not going to do what He told you to do. But yet and still, this is where we come in at to the insanity part. You still asking, you still praying amiss, and God already answered your prayer. It comes through obedience. And that's a word that we don't like to hear now. Obedience. Just like you want your kids to obey you, or the people that work under you, you want them to do what you say when you say it, how you say it. How you think God feel? And what you saying? What you saying? I hope y'all learned something today. I know I did. Honey, I learned something very, very well. Hopefully, I didn't do the herb today, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do the herb tomorrow. I might do an upload. I'm not sure, but just be on the lookout for it, okay? If you have not subbed to me, please sub to me. Go ahead and subscribe. Get this subscription. March, we're gonna start off with a bang. Okay, we're gonna do the bang thing. Don't forget to go over and watch Catherine Shorts. Catherine Powell is building her channel and she's got some cooking videos over. Please go and support her. Blended got her own channel. She's awesome. Go and support her. Give her a click and a view. DM got his own show as well. Don't forget to give him a click and a view. And all the things of the things, y'all. Okay. A lot of chats y'all don't see me in no more because I'm actually clearing my energy, and I don't do negativity, and a lot of things is negative, and I just don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. I really don't. Oh, you're welcome, Catherine. Uh, like like even with YouTube. Okay, y'all, let me tell you, I told you I was creating a Patreon, right? I created a Patreon, but I don't understand the inner workings of Patreon. So I can't give it to you guys to join until I understand it myself. Being a Patreon supporter is different than having your own Patreon platform. Okay. I'm learning that. All right. So yeah, that's that's just who we are. So I did create it. I didn't lie to you. But I am learning the ins and outs of it. Y'all keep Charlie in y'all prayer. Y'all keep Jess and Drill in y'all prayer. Y'all keep mixologies in your prayers, and everything. And yeah, yeah, we're gonna do the things of the things. And yeah, I know Derby is the first Saturday in May here in Kentucky. If you're coming to Derby, you need to go ahead and try to get you a hotel room, Airbnb, something. I doubt if you can find a cheap one now around Louisville. Okay, you might have to go on the outskirts of Louisville. You might have to go to Indiana. If you need some instructions on how far out in Indiana to go or how far out in Tennessee to go, I will, you got my email address. Hold on, let me go ahead and highlight that real quick. You got my email address. Email me, and I'll tell you how far to go, how far away you will be, and all the things of the things, y'all. Cause dang, was it that far now? What I do on my email? Why did I go so far? Hold on. Oh, here we go. I was like, I know I ain't go that far. But yeah, so that's my email address right there. Please feel free to email me. If you have an idea for a show and you need me to talk about it, I will. Okay. We'll have to talk about the things. Next month, we are doing the egg roll competition. Okay. I just have to come up with a date. It will be on a Saturday. All right. It's gonna be egg roll competition. It will be on a Saturday, and it don't take that long for no competition. So, uh, yeah. Okay. Let me see. I already still got my judges and everything. If you want to be a part of it, please do. Egg rolls is one of the cheapest things you can make. All you gotta do is go get the wrappers and whatever filling you're gonna put in it. Some people have done breakfast, some people have done chicken. It just depends on what you want to do. Okay. And so yeah, that's how that's gonna be. What else? I would be blessing somebody with a herb. Okay. I'm going to ask a couple of questions and I'm going to bless you. I'm going to pay for the herb and have it shipped to you. If you don't want me to have your address, then have a PO, not a because they won't deliver to a PO box. Have somewhere else it can be delivered. Okay. I don't dox people. I don't care to know you like it. Trust me. Okay. Don't care to know you like it. So yeah, we will be doing that too because I'm gonna feature a herb a month and once a month, hopefully, because I don't want to commit to something I can't keep up. So I'm hoping to once a month bless somebody, somebody that supports me and, always over here or whatever. You'll be first considered. Okay. And we'll go from there. Okay. We'll go from there. What else? There's a couple more things we're doing and everything, y'all. So, yeah, stick around. It gets greater later. Okay, it gets greater later. And like I said,
Yeah. From Kentucky to the world,
I'm looking forward to
just to
how
see
they do.
another scale. Creole butterfly, spread on wings, girl. Yeah. Yeah.
Shaker, shaker.
Born to shine, leave a balance in her soul. Creole roots deep, got that heart of gold. Butterfly in motion, grace when she fly. Every room she step in, the stars multiply. Dr.Creole, wisdom with the style. That Kentucky vibe, make the world smile. Energy, crown sitting high. Royal Libra season, can't nobody deny. Creole butterfly, Libra queen of night. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Smooth with the talk, yeah, she calm the storm. Butterfly wings, transformation form. She lifting up hearts with the words she say. A Libra queen got in the
no matter what the test, I always do your best. Yeah.
Creole fire running through her name. She walk by, the whole crowd sing. Long little queen, let the bell of love ring. Yeah, butterfly, don't you slow it down. Dr.Creole in the royal crown. Balance in the spirit, love in her hand. Libra queen, ruler of the land. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Yeah. So spread your wings, let your soul be free. Yeah. Dr.Creole butterfly.